Man, you said a lot. I mean, how you say, the more you know, the more you learn. It's kind of harder to make excuses, in
Yeah.
terms of
Yep.
anything. Like if you just
Yep.
eating McDonald's because you hungry, that's one thing. But once you know
That's
what it do
thing.
to your body,
Yeah, that's
then
real. That's real. That's real. And that's also in Healed Out Hustle, right? Where it's levels to it. Where if all you got is tap water, I'm gonna drink that tap water because I ain't gonna, be die of dehydration when I had tap water access, right? If I didn't have the alkaline, or if I don't have alkaline water, I'm gonna drink the distilled water, right? Because that's better than the tap. If I can get my hands on some alkaline, I'm gonna do that. But at the very least, I'm gonna drink some water. You know what I'm saying? Whereas levels to it, where like you say, if even if you going to McDonald's, like yeah, get that salad and skip that salad dressing. Don't put the salad dressing on there. You know what I'm saying? Get some lemon juice or something. But like, yeah, it's levels to it and just getting people to think of it differently because Heal Thy Hustle, the whole brand is about, it's not about being perfect, it's about being real because people are real. People aren't perfect. And so when it comes to the whole diet thing or people changing their habits for the better, we fall off. We be on it for a month or two and then we slip off. You know what I'm saying? But if you, it's really your lifestyle. It's not something where you necessarily fall off. It's really like, okay, I incorporated some things that I could have made better choices with, but then of course I always bring it back because my lifestyle is oriented in such a way that I'm gonna make healthy decisions. So that's really, really the main thing. Just getting people to think about the decisions that they making and to have more knowledge around healthier choices at the end of the day.
okay, okay, yeah. I mean, as long as you living, you growing, you getting older, you learning. So your diet and the food you eat should be the same. You're not gonna eat the same thing you ate when you was 15 or 10 or
Right.
12. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You 40 now,
Yep.
so or you
Yep.
30. So you should be, making an effort to learn about more foods, a variety of foods, and what foods are better for you. And then, like you say, some people they can eat certain things and get away with it, and some people like if I eat it, I'm allergic to it, or I
Right.
feel a certain way,
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, that's key. And like you say, if you eating the proper things coming up as a youngin, yeah, you can't eat that your whole life, right? I think a lot of times we just write off youth to, oh, they can eat anything. Oh, give them some candy. Oh, give them the cookies, the cakes, and the pies, and all of that good stuff. And then we ultimately ruin their bodies to a point to where they can't eat it anymore. The digestion is ruined. They got this ailment, that ailment. So that's another piece of, and that's really where the Heal Thy Hustle journey truly began, was me being that broke college student and having to figure out how to eat good food because we talk about not having money and what that looks like as a broke college student, but and of course even a freshman 15. But we don't really go into what that does for the health in the long run, with those habits that have been developed, what a number that you do on your digestive system while you're eating all these ramen noodles and candy and pizza and alcohol and not getting enough rest, and all of these different things culminate to health problems. And so me, as I mentioned, jumping out of college directly into entrepreneurship, I was dealing with the residual effects of poor health choices. So I had to figure out how to, as an entrepreneur, get to it in real time, while also figuring out how am I going to heal my digestive system? How am I going to, show up and be present in such a way that I can make impact consistently within my position.
oh, okay, wow. I mean, that's very important because it's like, I guess when we born into this world, especially in our community, we have a lot of generational curses placed upon us, like you say, bad eating habits or even our name, and you done took steps. So 100 years from now, your children and grandchildren, they don't have to worry about re-educating themselves on how to eat healthy or changing their name. You get what I'm saying? It makes life a
Yeah,
lot, a lot easier. You know what I'm
that's
saying? They
right.
can focus on bigger and better things and take it to the next level. So I
I
salute
appreciate
you
you
for that.
connecting that dot, man. I appreciate you connecting that dot for sure. Like I thought about the name. I didn't really think about, like you say, the health practices and all of that, and what that could potentially mean for, 100 years down the line for different generations. So that's pretty cool. I appreciate you for that.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. I'm definitely learning from you already. So in terms of the book, what is something that you think the viewers could take away from the book? Like I know it's about herbalism and healthier lifestyle, but what you think is maybe one of the highlights of the book?
I think the highlight of the book is it's a few different highlights, and each chapter was written in such a way to where there's a takeaway at the end of the chapter. So I pretty much sum it up, and so it's a lot that you could take away from the book. But I think one of the main things that I'm hearing about the book is it's just getting people to take a second look at their health, and it's changing their perspective and inspiring habits. So whether that be somebody who reads it and is inspired to get back on that raw diet vegan flow, right? And I don't even promote veganism in the book at all. I do talk about how eating plants is important for any diet that you choose for yourself, or live it, I should say, any live it that you choose for yourself. Plants is the base of it. But if you choose to eat flesh and incorporate meat into your diet, like that's okay, of course, in moderation, but making sure that you get enough fiber in there. But whether it's inspiring folks to get back to 100% vegan, raw, or if it's inspiring folks to, get back on your theme, drinking water a gallon a day, or if it's inspiring folks to incorporate the gym into their life a little bit more, or take more baths, right? Just the importance of taking baths and submerging yourself in warm water for your organs to really heat up and really get that charge. Um, it's just little things, and I did my best to write it in such a way that no matter what page you turn to, you can get some value from that particular page. We've got some recipes in there. We've got, grocery shopping in there. We've got neuro-linguistic programming in there. We've got and how to train your brain in such a way that you are able to sustain this new lifestyle, right? Don't just change your lifestyle, but sustain that lifestyle. And it all starts with the mind, of course. So we go into brain training. We go into the connection of the brain and the body. We also go into, even for the women out there who will read it, there's a tea recipe in there specifically for easing the pains and discomforts associated with menstruation. So we got something in there, it's something in there for everybody, man. There's something in there for everybody. How to grocery shop, how to cook, the basic movements for exercise. Like I did my best to make it filled with information that you can use right now, right? That's the whole thing about, as an entrepreneur, we want to get to it right now. I don't need to be reading this philosophy and all this other stuff. Show me the money right now, right? So that's exactly what I did my best to do.
Oh, okay, man. That definitely sounds interesting because I think the average person is overwhelming sometimes because if you just say, okay, go vegan or vegetarian, they have to change everything at once, and that's almost impossible after 20 years or 30 years of life. But if they could do the little things, maybe eat less meat or eat certain types of meat, or, like you say, just to get in that direction, and
Yep.
it's easier for them to maintain. So it's good that you got a
One of the
book like
things
that.